Hello, good evening. We're just going to turn the microphone on. Canal 2. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Red Tara Study and Practice Group. Hope everybody's well tonight. We are contemplating the chapter on impermanence. And we just went through the example of in the time that it takes for a needle to pierce a stack of 60 flower petals cupped like spoons, not one thing in the universe stays the same. So this is actually a very important example in Buddhist culture. I don't know if it's in the sutras or who introduced this idea, but if you take 60 petals of a rose flower and you cup them like this, 60 of them, and you take a needle and you jab it quickly through the rose petals. For Buddhists at that point in time, that was the very shortest amount of time possible, sort of like a nanosecond, explained using rose petals. It's a very interesting, actually a very interesting example if you contemplate it, that it looks like one piercing, but actually you're piercing 60 moments of time in that very, very short moment. So in that amount of time, in the amount of time that it takes to pierce one of those rose petals, nothing is the same. Everything's changed in some way, in some degree during that period of time. Our worst enemy can someday become our best friend, and our best friend can become our worst enemy. Husband and wives, so in love that they cannot bear to spend an hour apart, might, after a few years, be repulsed by the sight of each other. There is nothing that is not fluctuating, decaying, or transforming. Life is unpredictable. Our mental processes are unstable. Our moods are susceptible to outer conditions. One morning, we may wake up feeling content. Everything seems to be going beautifully. Then someone calls us with shocking news, and suddenly we're miserable. If someone pays us a compliment, we're very happy. If someone insults us, we become furious. Every movement we take involves change. Every sentence that we utter leads to the next, and the preceding sentence is gone. Every thought or emotion gives way to another, and what came before vanishes. This happens with everything, everywhere. We simply are not attuned to this process. We assume that something will last until all at once we notice it is gone or has grown old. But from the moment a house is constructed, it starts deteriorating. In 100 years or so, it will be sadly dilapidated. Once there were no freeways. Now there are hundreds of thousands. Once there were very few people. Now there are billions and huge metropolises. Once this universe did not exist. Then it came into being, and someday it will cease, along with everything in it. The seasons change, day becomes night, subatomic particles transmute and decay. I saw an interesting video by quantum physicist. And it was interesting. He said, when God was creating the universe, he thought, humans are pretty clever, but they're not so smart. So he said, this is God, I'm going to make the smallest particle that they can grasp, an atom. And over time, with science and investigation and technology, they'll get to this point that they discover the atom. But that's about as smart as they are. And it'll make sense. Atoms, electrons, neutrons, protons. This is then the quantum physicist said, God never expected that we would look anything past the atom. Because once you look past the atom, it becomes completely crazy. You can't grasp it with concepts anymore. It's changing, it's pulsating. Is it light? Is it solid? Is it energy? Is it mass? They can't define it, they can't grasp it. You look at it and it changes. So I thought that was a very, very interesting comment. Because a lot of what quantum physics is discovering is what the Buddha saw through his mental examination and meditation 2,500 years ago. Impermanence at first can be a little bit distressing or even depressing, because we have to face the fact that there's nothing here we can hold on to. But it's not that the fact that impermanence was revealed that that's the case. It's just that's the way things are. So once we accept the impermanence of everything, there's a great lightness that comes with that over time, and a freedom. And actually, it allows us to fully embrace and fully enjoy every moment that we have with our loved ones, in this world, with health, with the benefits and freedoms that we have, to take full advantage of it, not waste time. So at first it can be a little hard, but eventually it becomes very, very freeing. And also, if we have fears about something that's coming up in our life, fears about losing our loved ones, fears about a job interview, whatever it is, if we have some kind of anxiety or fear, just remember the words that Rinpoche shared with us here, that in the same way, all of these things that we've gone through in the past are gone. You can't go back. They're just a memory that we're having in this moment. Very, very, very subtle. All of the experiences we're having now and in the future have the same destiny, just to be a figment of our memory. Very, very light and insubstantial. So if you're worried about something, I have to have a surgery, or I have to have a very difficult meeting, or I don't know how I'm going to pay this bill. Just remember how everything you worried about in the past is insubstantial and gone, and you just blew through it. Apply that same wisdom, that same feeling to anything you're worried about in the future. And it also dematerializes. Before you know it, you've gone through it, and it's gone. Also, just into the file of memories, which are just simply a thought we're having in the present moment. So you can apply impermanence this way towards your fears and your anxieties by reflecting on everything you've gone through, all the things you've overcome, all the difficulties you've gone through, and projecting that same lightness to anything that you have to go through in the future. I bring that up because I do that a lot. And it helps me very much. So I hope it can help you.